Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Nabila from Class D English Education Department, State University of Makassar. Okay, now we want to talk about the culture of Norway. The Kingdom of Norway are large. In Norwegian is a Nordic country on the western tip of the Scandinavian peninsula, bordered by Sweden, Finland and Russia. Its beaches in the North Atlantic Ocean and the Barents Sea are the location of the famous fjord. Svalbard and Greenland are under Norwegian sovereignty under the Treaty of the Svalbard. Norway has Iceland Coast Visit, which is located in the Atlantic Ocean.
Norway's total area is 300,085 kilometers and a population of 4.9 million. Norway is the country with the second lowest population density in Europe. Norway is bordered by the North Sea to the southwest and the Skagerrak Island to the south, the Norwegian Sea to the west, and the Barents Sea to the northeast. To the east, Norway is bordered by Sweden, Finland, and Russia. The highest point in Norway is Goldepigeon with a height of 2,469 meters above sea level. Norwegians celebrate their National Day on May 17th, dedicated to the Constitution of Norway. Many people wear bonnet, traditional customs, and must participate in or watch the Norwegian Constitution Day parade, consisting mostly of the children, throughout the cities and towns. The national romanticist author Henrik Wergeland was the founder of the 17th May parade. Jonsok, St. John's Passing, or St. Hans, St. John's Day, in June is also celebrated. Common Christian holidays are also celebrated, the most important being Christmas, called Jul or Jol in Norway after the pagan and early Viking winter solstice and Easter Pascha. Physical culture is important in Norway, with abundant forests and mountain plateaus, and extensive coastal areas and rivers. Norway has natural environment which encourage outdoor sports, inclusive of hiking. Many Norwegians own ski equipment and are active in mountain touring. Norway has a variety of cultural institutions, including the National Museum of Art, Architecture and Design, the National Library, and smaller galleries and libraries across the country. In recent years, the Norwegian Archive, Library and Museum Authority has encouraged synergies between the cultural institution and local municipalities, affecting schools, historical understanding, and community interest. Norway is a country of breathtaking glaciers, fjords, and avid winter sport enthusiasts. The terrain is glaciated with mostly high plateaus and rugged mountains broken by fertile valleys, scattered plains, coastline deeply indented by fjords, and Arctic tundra in north. During the warmer months, Norwegians of all ages love to be outside and hike, fish, and barbecue. In the colder months, some travelers are lucky enough to catch a glimpse of the spectacular aurora borealis. Norwegians tend to have a strong sense of history and civic engagement and on special occasions. Many Norwegians wear traditional clothing or bonnets. In Norwegian culture, some of the most important values are tolerance, respect, and equality. Family dynamic. Norwegian families tend to be small, but relatives often live in the same town. For most Norwegian parents, it is important that their children grow independent and take responsibility for their own activities and actions. One key principle in Norwegian culture is egalitarianism, that we are all equal. This is reflected in gender relations, and age relations, and how people address others. Norwegians always address people by their first name, even teachers and elders. Norwegians dress and act informally, and treat each other with the sense of equality, no matter difference in economic class, gender, or status. Men and women are considered equal. That means it is expected that they do the same kind of jobs, work just as much, earn the same amount of money, have a shared responsibility in the house, and have shared responsibility for the upbringing of their children. Teenage life. Young people in Norway are often involved in after-school activities such as sports, music, arts, and crafts. Community organized activities, scouting, politics clubs, and the Red Cross are also quite popular. And like most teens everywhere, weekends are for movies, parties, or hanging out at cafes. Norwegian teenagers are expected to employ themselves during their spare time. Official language of Norway. Norwegian is the language of Norway. It is a Germanic language related to Danish, Swedish, and Icelandic, and has two official forms of writing: bokmål, Standard Norwegian, and Nynorsk, New Norwegian. Communication style. At first, Norwegians may seem shy. They are reserved people, and it can take some time for them to get comfortable around new people and new settings. After some time, they will open up and show a big warm heart. Bragging about oneself and one's skill is usually seen as negative in Norwegian culture, since people are not supposed to see themselves as superior to others. This mindset is called gentleman, and even though it is joked about, it is not entirely false. Norwegians are modest people. Honesty and politeness are core values, and people expect each other to ask nicely if they want to something. On the other side, Norwegians tend to talk to each other in a very direct way and appear honest and straightforward communication. Not many subjects are taboo, and it is usually okay to speak about anything. In Norwegian culture, there tends to be a strict separation between what's there and what's yours. Sharing personal belongings is not so common. The Norwegian bite. Norwegian food is usually a mix of traditional and international cuisine. One of the most popular foods in Norway is fish, but people also eat lots of meat, potatoes, vegetables, milk and cheese, and there are various sweets. Open-faced sandwiches are also popular and are often eaten for breakfast. Dinner is the main meal of the day and a favorite dish is meatballs and potatoes with gravy. Even though Norwegians still appreciate traditional Norwegian dishes, the international cuisine has had a lot of influence the recent decades.
Catch 'em all.